Peace, family. I was doing this without showing you guys, so let me show you. I just made bone broth, so these bones came from my broth. Oh, why is it blurry? Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. These are the bones I used for my bone broth. I put them in the oven on a low setting, so they're nice and brittle now so that I can blend them up. I also put eggshells and banana peels in the oven, and I'm going to sprinkle this in my carrot bed before planting. So I just want to show you guys what it looks like before I blend it up. Okay, so here we are in the garden. I dug my no sweet potatoes in here, but I dug this bed out a couple weeks ago. Since then, I've buried food scraps under there, and this is comfrey leaves, and it also has comfrey leaves under there. And then this is comfrey leaves, just like a little bed on top, or a little blanket. And I gathered some of my pots of stuff that either died, was out of season, or moved. And I love the bottoms of my pots because they're always full of like compost and probably worms, or at least worm castings, because I'm always composting in place. I do that in my beds, and I also do that in all of my pots. Unless I'm moving something to go into the garage, then I just try to keep the bottom of those pretty clean, because I'm just trying to keep them alive until spring, until it warms up, and I don't want to make too much of a mess. But out here, baby, I compost in place. So I'm going to pour a layer of this soil on top of here, and I'm going to sprinkle in and mix in some of our little mixture. And when I'm done here, I will sprinkle this in my other beds. You should always be adding something into your beds, whether you're definitely when you're planting things new, but all the time, you know, especially stuff like this, because it's like slow release. It's going to take time to break down and things like that. But if you're always adding, you always have something. So even just sprinkling it around here, or because I have like eggshells in there, maybe where I plan to plant tomatoes in the spring, I'll go ahead and start sprinkling it there. This tomato is done for. But just as an example, I'm already thinking right now of bringing nutrients to my soil for spring, and I have to replenish the nutrients in my soil if I want to replant in these beds that I've been using. So let me show you what it looks like when I'm done. Peace. Alright, so I got my comfrey pretty much covered, and then I'm just gonna season that thing. I'm gonna season that bed. The smaller you make your compost, your food scraps, the faster they can break down for you, or somebody could eat it up for you. So there we go. It's nicely seasoned. I do have some left, and I'm gonna just top it off with another, either some black hummus or something from under another pot if I could find one. Okay, family, it's actually the next morning, and that's fine. My bed is gorgeous, right? I mixed in some old soil with some compost from under pots and some black hummus, and it's beautiful. So last year, I had cilantro right here, and it did really well. It got big, and I let seeds fall there, so I am hoping I get some to pop out. That helps me know kind of when is the best time to plant the seeds. But I also am starting to believe that there is not, like, you don't have to worry about that as much, because the seeds know when to pop out. So I'm going to put in here what I want to put in here, and they're going to sprout when it's time to sprout. So I said all that to say, sorry, I was looking at the dirt for a little while I said that. I'm going to plant the cilantro Probably in these corners because it gets pretty big. And then I'm gonna plant atomic red carrots and some of these carrots in the whole rest of the bed. Hold on, my mama calling. Okay, family, I'm back. I was talking to my mama. She on the way traveling. So I started doing other things and kind of organizing. We're back here. I think I decided I'm gonna plant 2 cilantro right here, maybe right there, and then carrots everywhere. Okay, family, let's get to planting. This was the best angle that I could find for you guys, so I hope it's okay. I'm gonna start with our cilantro seeds. And even though I want 2 plants, I'm gonna plant a little more than 2 seeds, probably double that. Just keep the strongest plants. So for the carrots, what I'm looking for a stick so that I can make some little lanes or burrows to plant my tiny seeds in. I'm going to make about 6 rows here. And of course they are rough rows. It's just enough for me to see what I'm doing. So we're going to do the first 3 rows with the red atomic carrots. They're so tiny. And I'm just going to sprinkle them all the way down my lane. I try to drop a seed or 2 in each spot. Give them maybe like an inch in between. But you can see I'm not actually thinking about any of that. I'm going to sprinkle them and thin them later for sure. Some of these might not sprout. I hope they all sprout, and that way I can just pick and choose. But I want this bed to be full of carrots. And I'm super excited. This is my first planting of carrots for the winter. But I will have carrots everywhere by the spring. Okay, in the last 3 rows, we're going to put the orange carrots. And I am just lightly brushing my soil over the rows, like very, very lightly. These seeds are small, and the key is to make sure that they don't dry out, especially before they germinate. So I will be watering this bed every morning and making sure that it is moist. Okay, so I also added some stuff over here to build up the soil, a little cocoa coir, and the black hummus, and I'm going to plant some pink celery. There we go. Pink celery seeds. This is a different celery that I think I got my seeds from last time. I planted this one. Well, I planted a bunch of seeds, but this is the one that made it from last fall, and I want so much more of this pink celery. It's so pretty. It's next to the tall Utah celery. I am gonna plant another one of these. See how big it gets though, so I wanna put it in a space that'll be good. I might just go ahead and add another tall Utah celery next to this one. I'm trying to think about some of these plants as they get bigger. That's gonna get bigger. That's a mustard. This one's gonna go away. It's gonna die out. But I'm hoping to keep my celeries year round like I just did, so they won't come out. They'll be kind of permanent, and I would love for them to drop seeds for me. But for today, I'm dropping the seeds. So I'm gonna plant right here and about right here and then about right there, hoping that I get like 3 healthy plants to stay alive back there. Peace. Here are the seeds. They're super tiny, and even though I'm only looking for 3 healthy plants, I'm going to plant this many because they're tiny, and I feel like tiny seeds are harder to germinate sometimes. So I'm just going to kind of sprinkle them in clusters in the 3 spots that I would like a plant. And the last thing I'm going to do right now, because it's morning time, is plant some garlic. So these are collards that I got from the nursery. I planted these probably a week ago, and I think they're doing well so far. And so I have my garlic laid out here how I want to plant it. I did order this garlic. So this is a red chestnut garlic from the Gourmet Garlic Farm on Etsy, and all I did was just break them apart, and I'm gonna plant them like this, leaving the skins on. I did also get a Chinese pink garlic, and I just have to figure out where everything is gonna go. I'm thinking I'm gonna put some in here as well when I finish building this grow bag up. Right now all it has is food scraps and comfrey and a little bit of soil in there. You see the gnats still found it, so I'm gonna finish that one. I don't have that issue once I fill everything up, and it doesn't bother me. I just have other things to do right now. Once I fill this up, the gnats will be gone and my plants will get to eat what's under there. So I probably just should have threw a little more soil over it so that they wouldn't have found it. But anyways, I have them laid out, so all I'm gonna do is just kind of dig middle finger deep and push it bottom down in there. Yay! Middle finger deep. Some of them have those little kind of stems still on them. I don't think you guys want to watch me do every single one, but this is the main idea. So I appreciate you guys coming and planting with me today. Hope you guys are happy and healthy and doing well. Let me know what you are planting in your fall, winter gardens. The last thing I'm going to do is just water everything in really nicely, and just don't forget the stuff that you planted. You know, when you plant seeds, you can't let them dry out or they'll die. So just make sure if you plant carrot seeds or, you know, whatever, especially little bitty seeds, make sure that you're either watering every morning or you got your irrigation on. Sorry y'all, it was a mosquito I was fighting. But anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.